one thing that the ATF is authorized to do is disband.
You know, the right to bear arms is because that's the last form of defense against tyranny, not to hunt. It's to protect yourself from the police.
Not only no gun control, but, we're going to destroy the whole concept because the internet's going to serve guns.
And we want our rights, and by God, we're going to keep them. Come hell or high water.
The eMilitia Podcast, Episode 72, Anarchy is for Lovers, a Valentines special. Enjoy, fuckers.
A recording in so fucking long.
I haven't recorded in hours.
Not
even hours. Minutes.
Well, it's that time of year once again, gang. We're doing another Hallmark holiday. Because I guess we're just like a holiday special show now. It's like, hey, remember when that was on regularly and now they just do holiday specials? That's us. Anyway, happy Valentines, or whatever the fuck. I don't actually celebrate Valentine's Day, but we do this once a year so we can field questions on relationships and love and shit, and then give a mixed bag of advice. Maybe we'll help you, maybe we'll harm you, who knows?
Tell her to calm down.
So, I'm BR, and joining me today is my co-host Mel, aka Small Crimez, aka Empress of Meme. I have to do like every name now in case we're like collecting people in from 3 years of bans. And then also Rebs, Rebellious Liberty. Say hi, man.
Oh, hello. Hey guys.
Proof of life.
Yes, I'm alive. It's been a while.
Yes, sir. And then we have two guests today. We have AceArchist joining us.
Hello.
Like, basically an honorary co-host at this point.
Yes.
And then Josh. Or fuck.
I literally don't care what you call me.
Cool.
Culture.
I've never cared.
Yeah. So
I don't want any more followers.
Okay,
Please don't follow me.
All right. Of the MouthFeel podcast. I don't know if you guys want to plug that here or not.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
MouthFeel in the house. Gang gang.
There you go.
Gang.
MouthFeel and Slurp gang.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we would have got lots of helpful advice from Cotton on relationships.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Anyway.
Finding GF challenge retrospective.
Damn, that might have actually been a good idea. Oh,
Day 900. Failure in the book.
The chloroform didn't work as good as I was told.
The barrel of the gun looks more enticing every day.
Oh Christ. All right, so we have some questions from you guys, and then we're gonna go into some Reddit stuff that Mel has found, because apparently your suffering is like powerful to her. It does something. It keeps her going. And so what before we get into that, what is the situation with this Reddit stuff? Like, what kind of scenarios are we talking about here?
Well, on our last episode of the MouthFeel podcast, we recorded some, and I could give you those headlines so I don't spoil anything here.
Sure.
Okay. I am only attracted to anime girls.
Oh, Christ.
I posted that.
Yeah, that was his post.
Follow your dreams, King.
My boyfriend said anime was more attractive than me. Here's some of our headlines. My girlfriend has grown distant after I got beat up defending a group of girls being harassed.
Fucking white knight.
Yeah, no, it's the fact that he got beat up.
Rip.
Just stuff like that. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna jump right into this fucking mess. I have not read any of these questions, so here's hoping. How to determine if chick... I'm gonna read these as they're written, so it's on you guys.
Oh God.
How to determine if chick is interested or just very friendly?
You're
I
a
like
libertarian.
the
She's
caveman.
just friendly.
Oh, fuck.
I decided the tone I was taking for this episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, everyone feel free to be as legit and helpful or as harmful as you want.
Not gonna make it.
No.
Before we can get to that question, he needs to first go out. He needs to get some duct tape, rope, and then we can ask that question later.
Do girls like duct tape and rope?
Yes,
I
can confirm.
Oh,
They must
it really
like.
doesn't matter.
I assume this was a scenario that it didn't matter.
well, you know, intent is everything, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Anyone gonna try and
Sorry.
Well, there's this age-old idea that men think that anytime a girl looks at them, if a girl looks at them or if they breathe, then they must be into them. So if
That's
you're
true for me.
overthinking the idea, oh, is she being nice to me or is she actually like me? You probably have already lost at that point. You just gotta, if you're questioning whether she's into you, you've lost. So sorry, buddy. No.
Yeah, so just assume every chick is into you.
Yeah, just assume every chick's into you, and if you're
Proceed
second
accordingly.
guessing that, then it's already too late.
Christ. Some of these people down the
Conversely,
river.
chicks aren't friendly. Girls aren't nice.
True. Or here's what you can do: you could be a tricking man and just ask her out, and if she says no, it's not the end of the world.
Ooh.
Ooh,
The
sorry.
worst that can happen is she says no. That's been debunked.
That's not the worst. I mean, there are alternatives after that. Back to my
guess.
suggestion. Exactly.
True.
Right?
True.
Honestly, I've never met a girl who wasn't into me, so I don't know
There you go.
how to answer questions like
See,
this.
I feel like there's no golden mean. You either have to think everyone is interested in you or no one is, and then you can't really lose from that point. You know what I mean?
So you just have to choose one.
extremes. Yeah,
Super confident or eternal dread guy.
that's right. Yes.
Which way, Western man?
Sigma or incel.
Right. There's good arguments for both.
Many such cases. God. All right. How to determine if a chick is interested? I don't want to be the straight man.
Just simply ask. There you go.
Nobody
Yeah,
assumed you were straight.
At the end of the day, just ask.
Very trash shit. Damn. Yeah, I don't know, man.
The worst part is
Is she
wondering.
trying to spend
So
time
just
with you?
ask.
Just ask.
Is she smiling when she looks at you, or is she visibly recoiling?
Is there a restraining order involved?
Yeah, go up to her, say a really dumb joke, and if she's into it, she likes you.
Well, I think to give a straight-ish answer, if someone makes time to hang out with you and it's not just like forced interactions, that's a pretty good cue, Like, so it's so easy to just brush someone off, but even politely, and be like, hey, it's good talking to you, but not outside of when it's mandatory, like at work or at school or whatever it is. So it's more just, authentic, genuine conversations. Although for some people, they're not going to be able to judge what those are, so God help them. But,
Back to the libertarian comment.
Milady.
Yeah, always wear a fedora. That really helps too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta look the part.
Number one recommended fashion item by
Yeah.
this podcast Valentine's episodes is always the fedora. It's undefeated. Thousands of successful relationships.
I mean, who can say no to a fedora and a bow tie together, right? It's just unstoppable.
If you can't get your hands on a fedora, then a bowler hat with taxation is theft written on it will work just
Right.
as well.
I don't
You
know
should live
that.
your life like a randomized character creator in a video game and just go with
Be an
it.
individual.
Yeah.
At what point should I say fuck it and become Mountain Mount? Why do all these people speak? They all type like cavemen. At what point should I say fuck it and become Mountain Man? Oh, it's
Always.
like return to monkey, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna get like an across the board answer here, bud. Not gonna lie. Like, if you can find a woman to come into the mountains with you and congrats. But yeah, for the most part, everyone's just gonna be like, yeah, fuck it, dude.
Not everybody can be Trigi.
Yeah.
Very few can be Trigi.
Drop off the face of the earth. Start a farm.
Literally Red Dead Redemption happy ending.
Yeah.
Story complete. We're gonna like burn through these. Everyone's on like a race to the bottom kind of answering.
We're just living our authentic lives.
I can read a Reddit one.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's break it up.
Actually, we can start with an incident that happened on Twitter that we were going to talk about.
Which one was this? Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so earlier on Twitter this week, some guy or something made a comment about the Holocaust. He compared like the lockdowns to the Holocaust. And his wife tweeted, "My husband's reference to Anne Frank at the Mandate rally in DC was reprehensible and insensitive. The atrocities that millions endured during the Holocaust should never be compared to anyone or anything. His opinions are not a reflection of my own."
Damn.
What's your reactions?
You imagine going to bed that night? Like, I saw your tweet.
Awkward.
Oh, yeah? What'd you think? We need to talk. like fucking saying shit about your partner on Twitter, and it's like they're like an aide at your job, or
Right. Yeah.
like what the fuck? That's one of those hollow households where clearly they're just both blood-sucking monsters, and they're just there for like the appearances rather than having any kind of authentic relationship.
It's already bad, but it's even worse, like just the way it's phrased in such like a corporate CEO type way. That's like the thing that
do not reflect my views. These are just the man I married and live with. Like, what the...
He also found out about this announcement on Twitter. Guaranteed.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Do you think they had like an angry text back and forth and then she shot that tweet off? Or do you think she was just like, oh, fuck no, this is going to burn me. Eject!
She did it immediately, no doubt. Like, I mean, if you're going to say that and not even try to silently, you don't even have to support him. You can just silently be like, I'm not touching that. You know?
Well,
but no.
I think the thing is, like, I think this is the site. Like, he apologized for those comments, I'm pretty sure. And then there was something that cropped up and was like, he's done this before. So the guy's like made these references before. And his wife's probably, I don't know if she called him out then, but she's probably like, all right, fuck this. Like, I work too hard and this guy's burning all of my progressive PR.
Yeah, imagine caring so much about what other people think more than your husband.
Yeah.
It's wild.
That'd be so awkward. If my wife did that to me, I'd be like, you gotta be freaking kidding me, right?
Yeah. I find Rebs' opinions on anarchism reprehensible, dangerous, and honestly, I don't think...
And I have called the cops.
Yeah, I've called the cops. No, there have been some conversations where I'm like, is she gonna, support me in front of her parents or not, Because they think I'm crazy.
See, like... at Christmas in front of my girlfriend, one of her parents, their like new partner was talking about like sending their kids off to join the military and how it's like character building, and my girlfriend just looks at me like, fuck. I can't keep my mouth shut, so I go off and I say, it's an awful idea. It's not character building. It's kind of lazy parenting, all this kind of shit. And she just looks at me. And then she made like one little comment like, no, I agree with BR. And if she had have gone and like called me out and been like, I do not stand for what he stands for, I don't believe in what he stands for, that doesn't reflect my opinion. Like, what the fuck would I have been doing? I would just been sitting at the table like I'm fucking
awkward.
Be like, cool. We are not aligned, dude.
Yeah, most of the time I like to be quiet, and my wife likes to instigate it and be like, "Well, tell my dad how you feel about this." And I'm like,
No, that's the exact opposite of what happened to this dude. Then it's like, no, go on, honey, tell him your opinion.
yeah.
That's the supportive queen you need, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, it's great.
Fuck, what was I gonna say?
I was thinking, like, tell your father how much you think 6 million is too much.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, the exact opposite of that. Go on, honey, tell my father your opinions on the Holocaust. Jesus Christ.
But guys, seriously, 6 million.
All right, pull me up.
But if I could be real for a second, guys.
Yeah. Look, the Holocaust was disgusting. 6 million was way too much.
Had me.
The more I hear about that Hitler guy, the less I like him.
Where the fuck was I gonna go with that? God damn it! Fuck.
You were going to ask a question.
Was
maybe? I don't know.
I had one more fucking thing on it. It's completely gone, but whatever. Oh no, I was gonna say this is the topic that comes up every year, and it's like if there's one message I can bang home with this, this Valentine's special every year, it's principles over anything else in a relationship. Like not political labels, but clearly what's happened here is like people have just married for status and a bunch of hollow bullshit, and
Right.
their actual principles, like when it comes down to it, are completely askew. And like, what the fuck is that gonna do for you? You're gonna be miserable debating over every little thing. Like, fuck that. And so many people, like, usually the first few years, but we joked about it to death, people would message in and be like, how do I find, like, the perfect anarchist ANCAP?
Oh.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
buddy.
ooh.
Like, the main thing above all, like, my girlfriend is not political. She fucking hates politics, which I love. But the important thing is, like, principles and general, like, opinions on morals and shit like that. Like, if you don't have to put, like, a political label on it, but if you feel the same way about what's appropriate ways to conduct yourselves and, like, how you want to live your life, all those kind of things, all of the important things beyond, like, the bullshit, like, labels, things will be fine. But I think so many people, especially in this day and age, they get wrapped up with finding someone who's like, a carbon copy of their belief set, and it's like,
Right.
You're gonna be fucked doing that, dude, and you're gonna get stressed out, looking for that. Like you see it, you see it, Tinder profiles and shit that are looking like, hey, I'm, insert niche political ideology here, and I'm looking for a fellow blah blah blah. It's like, Jesus Christ.
It's like a grocery list checking list. Like, oh yeah, I need this, and this week.
Yeah, all sorts of people do it, and it's like, all right, well, you are gonna die alone and miserable, or in some kind of hollow relationship that's, like, only based on labels.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let me get that one out of the way. That above all else is, like, what always comes up in this kind of discussion with niche internet people and our niche internet concerns.
You think people on furry Twitter and furry Instagram were like, how do I meet a fellow furry?
I don't think it's very hard for them.
That's a pretty integral part of their personality, I'm sure.
I'll go ask them.
You guys were so quick with those answers. You thought about this.
I have, like, literally, like, grooming is like a big thing in the furry community.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and not grooming their fur.
Oh fuck!
That's insane.
I feel like I forget furries exist until I do an eMilitia episode, and they always manage to come.
And you have Ace on.
Yeah.
Known furry.
Confirmed.
Brony.
Yeah, I'm gonna come. Someone asks how to make long distance work. Has anyone been in a long distance relationship here and had it work?
I don't even know anybody
No.
who's had a long distance relationship that worked.
No one had a long distance relationship.
I had one once.
How'd that go, buddy?
She cheated on me.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that shit happens.
Yeah. So don't work it out. I don't know. I mean, I met plenty of people who are like, oh yeah, we've been, dating for a year remotely, and we visit each other every so often, and like it works. And I think most of the biggest thing is remembering that you still have a life outside of like constantly talking to that person. It's like, sure, talk to them on the phone for a little bit every day if you want, but like, don't ruin your life because you have to constantly text them or FaceTime them or something, or you don't do other stuff that you enjoy, because then you get super burned out. And that's what I experienced with mine. And then that's what I hear from a lot of people. So,
yeah, I personally, I think long distance only really works in like an established relationship. Like, I know some people make it work, but I mean, by and large, there's just so much shit that needs to happen, like, to check compatibility. Like, if you're able to meet up every now and then, like, once a month, once every other month, something like that, maybe, but Jesus Christ, some people will, like, look for the perfect person on the other side of the planet. It's like, oh, good luck.
Yeah, it's like, what are your chances of it working out, even if you're proximate to each other?
Yeah, it's
versus if you're adding a whole new obstacle.
Yeah, I feel like online dating or like really long distance dating is kind of a crutch for like really shy people. And I've given it a go a long time ago, and because I was shy and kind of more introverted and stuff, and I was like, this is not the way, dude. You need, because you're just not learning like so much that you would if you were gonna involve someone in your life forever. They're gonna be your partner, presumably. You're gonna live with them someday, right? Like, if the first 2 years of your life is done through Zoom calls, I mean, that leaves so much stuff that you have to work out down the line and check compatibility. Where otherwise, 2 years into a relationship where you're in person, it's like a completely different monster, in my opinion. But so, how to make long distance work? It doesn't.
Get hitched quick, man.
We're blackpilling everybody.
Yes, you started it.
I didn't mean to.
No. Like honestly, seriously, if you really, say you met up with someone and then one of you had to move away for work or something, absolutely, you can, make it work. You can, wait and keep it going and stuff if you're really determined and if both sides really genuinely want it. But a lot of people, instead of it being like a kind of a stretch to make things work, people will just go right into trying to date someone on the other side of the planet or whatever, and it's like, that's you're not gonna have a good time. But I don't know. Anyone opinions on that?
You should probably figure out right away who doesn't mind moving, because that seems like a big obstacle.
Yeah.
Don't get in a relationship with someone long distance that you've never met if you don't have, like some sort of plan of like, okay, we see this going somewhere. What are our next steps,
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like almost, and this is me completely, perhaps maybe projecting, who knows? But I feel like long distance, it's almost a way for people to kind of put off commitment, because everything's like, oh, in the far, far future when everything's perfect and we're all together and shit, it's like, well, you're not able to work those things out during a long distance relationship, unless you have a plan. So,
yep, that's why
all these shows the same. Find somebody close to you.
Yeah, just don't bother, man. Is seems to be the fucking tone of this. Just communication and doing it with the right person. If you're truly gonna try and make it work, it has to be with someone who really wants it and who's not like gonna lose their minds if you don't text them for a day. There needs to be trust, because if there's no trust, it's gonna be just a jealousy fest until someone, if it's in their nature, they're gonna cheat because they're jealous or whatever, and then no coming back from that escalation. But yeah, doom and gloom, Black pill.
brings up an important topic, and that is dopamine bonds. If you don't form them from the beginning, you don't have to text somebody all day long.
Oh, so I've never heard. Is that a real term?
I don't know. Probably.
Well, it sounds good.
Real.
We were talking about like people who are just
I'm
like
a
really
scientist.
clingy, right?
Yeah, like you could definitely get away with that in a BuzzFeed headline.
Yeah.
But no, I get what you mean. Like, so many people, they'll get into a relationship before they're like a whole person, and they'll use someone else as a crutch to like, you know, affirm them and be happy and shit. Yeah. And when really they're still kind of like figuring them out, so they can't really be a partner yet.
They're like putting all their happiness needs on another person that they think will like fix their like issues.
Yep. You complete me. Ah, Christ. Complete yourself, and then come together, you know. But
or you just are the type of person that craves contact every few minutes from the other person, or everything falls apart.
Yeah.
Just don't form that right away.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I was like a young teenager or whatever, when all my friends were like just getting into literally any relationship they could, just because like that's how you think you should do it. I was just like, I don't know about any of this. Y'all are very clingy to each other. It's disgusting. I was like, I don't know if I ever want to be that close with a person. It's like they'd be the kind of people who like talked on the phone all day. I was like, I'm not into that. I think I'll do it differently.
I had this friend who she would be like, she'd tell her boyfriend he could go play video games, then lose her mind when it was like 3 hours later and he's still playing. It's like, it's 3 hours.
It's like, dude, that's what happens.
Well, like needing that contact, like 3 hours, you can't go 3 hours. That's a problem.
Yeah.
I have a sort of red pill question here. Hold on, I lost it. I scrolled because I talk with my hands.
I talk with my hands.
Oh, dang it. You can ask Gwen in between. I'm trying to find it.
All right. Girlfriend wants to take a day off in the mountains for Valentine's Day. Should I marry her?
That's just a humble brag.
Yeah.
But come on.
She'll probably try to kill you in the mountains, so don't worry about it.
I would say there's a lot
that
of
face,
other
that face with no mountain GF.
No. If your girlfriend likes the outdoors, no matter how insufferable she is or what problems there might be, marry her.
Yeah.
Because there's not going to be an inside soon. We're all going to be living in the fucking woods.
I guess it's just like a survivalist ploy that would probably like limit the options to acceptable ranges.
I think that's a good way to gauge things now. Like if you're looking at a partner right now and you're like, would they forage with me? Would they be, a good?
Would they hide the
bride?
body for me?
Yeah, like these have to be capable people. Yeah. Like it's a partner. They're not just gonna be sitting at home knitting or whatever the fuck partners do. They're gonna be like, when you're riding around, looking for the lead farm and like riding hyped up VW buses and shit. I'm trying to make a Mad Max.
What life are you guys living?
Mel, we are 5 years away from Mad Max at all times. At all times. Whatever the present year, always 5. Always 5. It's right around the corner, always.
But no, really, like when you think about it, those like survivalist things are like the extreme of like, so if you test whoever you're looking for to the extreme thought of like, would this person be a good partner for this scenario? It's actually a pretty good test for like relationship compatibility to begin with, just because realistically you're not going to be doing that at all times, but like it brings up the question, is she gonna, or will they be an equal partner? Will they work at things? Will they not just depend on me, but like input into being able to do stuff? And obviously you think about the enjoyment aspect of it, but like from a practical standpoint, you want to find yourself a partner who's not going to be the bump on the log, and requires you to do everything for them.
Oh yeah, like I mean, at a bare minimum, they should be able to spend a night in the tent without screaming.
Yeah. Yep, that's like one of my things. Like if they, and that was a hard stop for me. If they do not like camping at all, I know I'm not going to get along with them because I like to camp. But in general, it shows, hey, they also don't mind getting a little dirty and go into all that stuff. So it helps.
Yep. There you go, kids.
Yeah, so
Two
take
tests.
your girlfriend to the woods and
Camping and Taco
be
Bell.
like, "Oh, I think we're lost," and see if she freaks out.
Yeah, and
You know,
make
that's the
sure
test.
while you're going for a wander in the woods that you have an axe on your pack, and like you're only on date 3, and see how she reacts.
True.
Yeah, and always
Be
keep
like,
the
"Oh
duct
man, I think I
tape,
forgot my zip ties."
in the back.
Yeah, if you take one thing away from this podcast, duct tape.
Duct tape.
Duct tape.
So many uses.
Mel, did you find what you're looking for?
I did. Time sensitive! Exclamation point. Asked a girl out. She said yes. I didn't expect to get this far.
That's fair.
What do? Send help.
No, I like the self-awareness.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to get this far. Yeah, shit happens sometimes, man.
As we mentioned before, get an axe, zip ties, take her to the woods.
Contingency plans. It's important.
I'll tell you what. One of my best first date ideas ever, and I don't know if I said this in a previous Valentine's thing, was to take them cucumber boat racing.
What the fuck is that? You have
So-
definitely
Yeah,
never
that seems
taken
readily
up-
available.
You pick up your lady,
Find your
and
nearest
you go to a
cucumber
store
boat.
and you say, "Okay, now, pick out a cucumber."
What the guys? Has anyone else heard of a fucking cucumber boat before we continue?
No.
Obviously, they give you a creepy look because you're telling them to pick out a cucumber. They're wondering where this is going to go, right?
Oh boy.
So they
While
keep-
you buy the duct
wondering
tape,
what
they're
a
picking out
cucumber boat is.
cucumber.
You get a cucumber, and then you drive them out in the middle of nowhere. Well, for me, where we were at, the closest river we had was the middle of nowhere, really. So I drove them all the way out there to this place, and they've got to be wondering at this point. You create some dependency there, and Always Sunny reference. Anyways, then you're like, okay, and then you pull out a knife, and then you cut it in half, and you're like, okay, here's your
What
knife,
do you
here's
cut in
mine.
half?
We're going to. Oh, you cut the cucumber in half. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
And then you're like, okay, now hollow it out, and we're gonna try to race it down the creek, and whoever wins, gets to win whatever. And then
So it's an
and then all of a
actual
sudden there's
cucumber.
like all this like built up tension released there, and then they laugh, and then they have a pretty good time after that.
I have an
So-
important question.
Yes.
10 would call the cops.
Which half are you cutting this cucumber in?
Oh, you cut it long ways, hot dog ways,
What do
You cut your
do
hot
with
dogs?
Yeah, well, no,
Well,
you
put
cut a
cheese
hot
in
dog
it sometimes.
instead of hamburger style. Anyways,
This is the most like
Huh?
Midwest explanation I've heard.
You
But-
cut it-
Hey, don't put that on the Midwest.
You cut it-
Yeah, the Midwest doesn't know what he's talking about.
yeah, this happened in the West.
Oh, fuck.
Anyways, so
I
yeah,
think
you
we
cut
were too
it
good for
to make
that.
like a canoe, out of your cucumber half.
Okay.
So yeah, and they'll always leave and be like, "That was the weirdest thing, but it was the most creative date." Blah blah blah. So
Is that the first date you went on with your wife?
correct.
It worked.
Interesting.
Oh,
She does not know this, but it's not the first time I ever did that date, though.
Don't ever tell her that.
Why would you just committed that to record?
Nope.
Why
she
did you
doesn't
just say
listen to
that?
these. She has no idea what this thing is.
Where is she
That's
right
fair.
now? She heard you. We know
She's on
women
YouTube
are
somewhere.
omnipresent.
Yeah, plus she's been on an episode.
Hive mind.
She has been on episode? Oh, I guess she kind of has. Was that last
Well,
week?
she was.
We'll edit
God.
it out.
Oh,
how many women?
at least three.
3?
How many?
Yeah,
That is too many women to take cucumber racing.
yeah.
3 women are out there telling this story about how this bonkers first date went.
Well, there's a fourth woman out there who taught me that date because that's the first date she took me on. So I know how it works.
You recycled a
And so I
date with your
recycled the
wife?
date I did.
Oh my
Oh
god.
well, I mean,
Why are
it
you
was the
telling
first date. I
anybody
didn't know
this?
she was my wife at that time.
I didn't know she was.
I thought it was just some hoe. What?
Yeah. I was like, yo, she's
And
kind of
then-
hot. And so, yeah. Anyways,
I'm gonna show her my cucumber.
yeah. I'm telling you, every part of that date just invokes intrigue.
I would be pretty interested. Yeah, if I saw someone pulling out a cucumber and putting it in a lake.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see Rebs cucumber.
Thank you.
Were you like running down the river after it?
No, it's biodegradable, so you just kind of watch it.
So you just sit at the riverbank and you're just like, oh, went around the bend. Okay.
I mean,
I won.
Yeah, you take it to a certain point and say, okay, if it makes it past this branch first, then you win first, and then after that, whatever happens.
And that's how you meet your wife.
Yeah.
That's a
How I Met Your Mother.
15-minute date. What do you do for the rest of it?
Well, I had to pick her up, take her to the grocery store, make her buy a cucumber.
Make her buy it. You didn't even buy it for her.
I bought it. And then pick it out.
Buy a cucumber. I'll be in the car.
I got to drive like 15 minutes out to the stupid park that we went to, and that's a bunch of talking. It's all about talking.
You buy the cucumber, I'll buy the zip ties.
Yes.
All the talking is just like, what? Why did you make me buy a cucumber? Shut up.
Yeah.
Just hands
like,
gripping the steering
where are
wheel.
we going? And I'm like, oh, we're going out to this park. And they're like, interesting. And so then you get to know them on the way there while they're creeped out a little bit, and then tension completely broken, and so the drive back is just way better for a conversation after that. So yeah.
So you make things worse so that when they're better, they seem a lot better.
Yeah, right.
Sorry,
you're like, this person may kill me right now, but I don't know.
Exactly.
Wait. So I have to ask, who asked for the second date?
Shoot.
Who begged?
I don't even know. I think it was
gosh.
pretty mutual. Like on that
This time
day
it's a Fuji apple.
where I was like, well, because afterwards she was like, she wanted to take me out technically to go get food right after. Because I was just gonna end it there. So I think we went and got food afterwards.
It was
What do you
just
mean by
gonna be
end it there?
the cucumber race.
Cucumber race, take her home, say, nice to meet you, and then leave the
This is the
suspense
first time
in there.
meeting. Oh
And
my
so then
gosh.
her entire time she's thinking, what the heck just happened? And then she has to, she goes for the second date.
She has to know more.
Yeah.
Have you
exactly.
considered just having the cucumbers at the ready? Like did you just buy a bunch of cucumbers and like, all right, here, and you pull it out of like some container in the back?
Well,
of
that's
your
not very
car, and you just,
sporting.
like,
I've
it's
done
not,
that
but
before.
it's-
Like the first
Oh,
time
you have.
you
Okay.
do that. But then I started refining it after a couple of days.
Okay, I
And
see.
you realize, it's all part of the experience here.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Well, we've all learned a lot, and we've got some new ideas, so that's cool.
I'm telling you guys, it works.
I mean, it clearly worked, so I can't argue with the results.
Rebs over here living in 3022.
Exactly.
It has a 25% success rate.
20 for
That's pretty good.
25%.
But if it works, then it works,
Right.
Pretty good.
It's none of this
25%
boring.
of the time.
Let's go to the movies. Then you don't talk. You don't get to know the person all during a movie. So
No, you are right
Right.
about that.
Yeah,
Movie
movies
dates
are
bullshit.
bad.
movies terrible.
Yeah.
Never do that.
Bro, I tried to take a girl to an aquarium, and she was like, "Can we go to the movies instead?" I was like,
Ugh.
"Okay, whatever." And
Sorry, I don't date sheep.
it was a horror movie, and I was like, "Okay, at least like maybe she'll like I'll grab onto my arm or something like that, whatever." We both sat there. Like, first of all, we had gone to eat before, and she was like as neurotic as me, if not more. And so I was just like trying to initiate conversation, and she was just like one-word answers and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. And then it was just the movie theater, and she was like, "Oh, I'm afraid of elevators," and there was an elevator to get up there.
What?
Oh my god.
And so like we had to take the stairs all the way up there.
Oh my god, that sounds like a skit from a show.
Yeah, and then like we're just sitting there. It's like it was The Conjuring 2, and it wasn't even like a scary movie. It was a horror movie, but there was no part of it that was scary to me. And I was just like, "Alrighty." And then afterward, I was like, "All right, like I had a good time, and bye or whatever." And then
It was one of those like, how did I get here moments in your
For-
life.
yeah,
You just
yeah.
replay all the steps of your life to how you got to this moment.
yeah, I was like, I should have forced her to go to the aquarium or whatever.
For a first date, you never give her the choice. You just do it.
Dude, yeah,
You
I
never- you
literally
never
like
give
made
them a choice.
I
That's,
like made plans with her and like was like about to buy tickets and then she was just like, "I'd rather go to the movies." Honestly, I was like, oh, "Whatever, I don't even care anymore."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
and
see,
then she was like, "Oh, she was like, oh, I gotta go." I was like, "Okay." She's like, "Wait, can you wait with me? Because my dad's gotta pick me up." I was like, "Okay." So we're just like waiting in the lobby, and then like there's 2 chairs next to each other and 2 chairs further apart. She gets in the chairs like further apart, further away from me, and we're both just kind of sitting there on our phones. I was like,
my gosh.
Oh,
bro,
It's
I want to
traumatic.
die so bad.
Movie dates are soul sucking every fucking time.
Yeah, not ideal.
I think I've told 2 bad stories like on both of the Valentines specials. The first one was like I went on a date with someone to a Nelson Mandela documentary. The second time I told one about what the fuck was it? It was I went to see the Joker film, like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker film, which was like and they'd just been releasing news stories about how like a bunch of loner crazy white guys were going, and like only psycho is going to see Joker or whatever the fuck that thing was. And so we went to see Joker and we just sat there and watched it together. I was like, this does not offer anything like constructive to talk about. On a first date, getting to know someone, it's like, hey, don't you think society's kind of collapsing, and this kind of mirrors that? Jesus Christ. Oh, and the third, seeing as this is year 3, I guess, I went, an ex of mine, we went to see fucking, any of you guys seen Midsummer?
Yeah.
Midsommar?
Yeah.
So we went to see that, and she was like, so at the end, we came out, and I was like, wow, yeah, crazy film, blah, blah, blah. We saw the director's cut too, so it was super fucking long, like 3 hours of just insane, gruesome cult violence and shit. And one of the first things she talked about in the car was, I think people should have the right to live like that. And I was like, including tricking people to come to your cult and murdering them. She's like, well, yeah, if they come, like, what fucking right to them? They should have, like, I was like, they should have a right to fucking. And this chick was in the National Guard, for the record. I was making awful decisions at the time. So,
Hey, she fought for your freedoms.
Well, she fucking hated all my anarchist shit, but she had some weird ideas of her own, and she was like, huh?
The point of the movie is to brainwash the viewers, so maybe it worked.
Yeah, no, I guess it did, because it's like, aren't you kind of like sympathetic to like these people were just intrusive idiots or whatever? But I don't know. I was like, what the fuck do you mean? They're just straight up murdering. Like, fair enough, they want to do their own creepy shit and, do their own ritual suicide. Of course, whatever. Do your fucking thing if you want to choose to do that. But, like, they're just tricking dumb American teenagers to come and be murdered by him. It's like, that's... and then, so we had that fucking, like, debate all the way home, like a 20-minute car ride. And then she saw me taking off my concealed carry for the first time. I was like, don't freak out, but I carried a gun with me because it's, movie theater. I was like, oh, she's National Guard. She'll be comfortable around guns. And she freaked the fuck out. Oh, it was the perfect night. I was like, okay, well, this is going to save me a lot of time.
Yeah. So you just gotta be okay with her being okay with weird cultist murder cases.
Yeah, and being against concealed carrying while working for the state. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
You pull out a gun though, and that's her deal breaker right there. I mean,
if someone said that to me, I would just said, they should be able to trick people to come in like into their cult and join. I'd be like, oh, like the military.
Yeah, fuck. I missed a trick. I wasn't following you at the time. I wasn't quite as quick as I am these days. But, Christ.
Valuable lesson. No movie dates.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to that, values thing. I was like...
Especially if it's not a first one, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, going into it, I was like, all right. It was like a whole, doing National Guard while in college, helping out with all that shit. But... I don't know, her values were just fucked. I thought it was just like just the education thing, but oh god, didn't have a clue. Terrifying. But yeah, learned a lot from that.
Yeah, you see, I was too poor to ever be able to take anyone out on like a money spending date usually.
It's all cucumber dates with this dude.
The cucumber.
So yeah, like
I just
it was
resort to
always
bushcraft.
finding something
Modern
like,
problems
before going
require
to-
modern solutions.
yeah,
Before going on a date, he like looks up the price of cucumbers and he's like, I think I can swing it.
30 cents. I could probably do this one. Yep, that's the best. Like cheap dates because man, and I learned that chicks they always they want to go on a date so they can get free food, and I made sure that would never happen because I've been on plenty of dates where I could tell that was the only thing that they cared about, and I'm like, yep, I'm never giving into that again. So, yeah.
Did you guys eat the cucumbers after you sent them down the river?
Nope, they were gone forever.
Oh, okay.
Dating for food must be an extrovert thing.
Yeah.
Well,
I would rather stab my eye out than go on a date.
Yeah,
So
there
I'm
are
not
also
doing
ones
it
where,
all the time
they're
just for
giving me like
food.
the one-word answers. It's like you can tell they don't even care to talk to me or be there really. So I'm like, why are you here? Quit wasting my time.
I hate dates over dinner, but I really hate dates over lunch. It's like the most rushed fucking thing in the world, and you're eating and you still have like more to do in your day.
Oh, that's
but,
the
like,
point.
But like I had this complete write-off date where we were having, lunch, and it was kind of like a last-minute thing. I was like, oh, this is gonna go badly because lunch is like a shitty way to date. And but that was my
Man's over here has strong opinions about lunch.
I do. No, it's like rushed. It's uncomfortable. It's like you can't really drink if it's in the middle of the day. Like you can where you kind of
You
relaxing
can't.
at the end of the day.
Shows up wasted.
You're right. Maybe,
Well,
you guys are making me feel like a good boy.
That's the alpha mode.
A lunch date's point is so there's like an end time. So
yeah. No,
if
you're
it's bad, you have an excuse to end it.
Yeah.
Early.
I don't know. I usually fucking hate those dates, but that was like the first date with my girlfriend in 2 years. It's like all has gone smoothly, like living together and shit. But what happened at the end, like, it's funny. Rebs brings up the cheap dates thing because I personally. I like things to be, you occasionally treat each other and stuff, and you're very even on bills and stuff. And I hate where it's like where money or like the guy paying for everything is a motivator. Like, absolutely look after your partner and stuff, but like when it's just the expectation that the man pays for everything, then you kind of lose, like, I don't know. I think you lose something when it gets a bit materialistic like that,
Yep.
And so it's always kind of so on the first date. We were at a pretty nice place for lunch, and for whatever reason we agreed to split the check, and which usually if I ask someone out I'll pay for it because I'm asking them, but I don't know, just the conversation we ended up agreeing to split it. She's a very independent chick, and it came back and we just had like a very simple lunch, no alcohol, and it was like fucking crazy expensive, and we both got a bill for like $80, and I had a sandwich and a Coke, and I was like, what the fuck?
Jeez.
And so we both had our split check, and we both just sat there in silence, kind of like looking at them, and I was like, well, I don't want to look like a fucking cheapskate and be like argue with the server or whatever, but we both just sat there silent, and after a minute I was like, how much is your bill? Because it was like clear they fucked up really badly, and so we both laughed about it and we're like, oh no, they did grievously fuck up. But there was a moment where we were both like, well, maybe I'll just pay it so I don't look like an
Don't
asshole.
say anything. That's all.
Yeah, like I'll just suck it up, and because it was a great date and great conversation, so I was like, I don't want to look like an asshole in front of her. So I was like seconds away from just like being like, yep, I'll pay $80 for a sandwich and a Coke. But we had that conversation, and it made the date like infinitely better because from that little thing at the end, I knew so much more about how real she was, And so, like, cheap dates, like Rebs was saying, I think, I think the first few dates, obviously, do something nice here and there, but,
McDonald's
for sure. No. You
second
don't.
date material.
You can go to the play place afterward.
Heck yeah.
Oh God.
No, like my point is, you don't want it to be from go about being flashy and spendy. Like, look good and
Right.
be presentable and all that shit. But you don't want it to be about spending money or about
Yeah.
something like really materialistic.
You also don't want to look like you're showing off too much, and then just like becomes like really fake.
Yeah. Like if that's not you, then it's not you, and it's like, what the fuck are we doing? You're it's a fake you you're showing off. So, I don't know. That's something from the cheap date thing that kind of, I think it's important.
Be original. That's what I'm getting here.
From what?
From everything we just said.
Oh,
Be
okay.
original.
Unless your original self is not good, then don't be original.
Yeah, you don't have to be yourself. I don't know where everybody got this idea that you have to be yourself. Don't be yourself. You should almost never be
The
yourself.
best version of yourself you can be, but just don't be fake.
I said be original, not be yourself.
Okay, that's fair.
I was giving a separate piece of advice.
It's totally different.
I hate people who are themselves. You
Hide
can be so much better than this, and you're just being yourself. Why?
Don't be yourself. Don't love yourself. We don't
That's
do
right.
any of that around here.
Hell yeah.
No toxic positivity on this podcast.
Self-esteem sucks. Just be self-confident. That's all you need.
Word.
We want to jump into another question or more Reddit disasters?
Another question's fine.
All right. What's the best way to meet people? They ask the people who exist mostly on the internet.
Yeah, that depends on the type of person you are, actually.
No, seriously. Like, I don't know. Anyone want to jump into that? I don't want to just like plow through everyone.
I don't know. Go to a Mormon college.
Just do what you love and meet your people that way.
Yeah. I mean,
No. Yeah.
I was averaging like
good idea.
dates a week sometimes. Like, come on, easy.
Is Mormon college just focused on like matchmaking?
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, my college is like, I mean, there's a reason why they call it BYU I do. Everyone leaves married, so like, that's your thing,
Damn. All right, just convert to the Church of the Latter-day Saints.
You don't even got to be Mormon to go. You just got to live by the honor code, which is super weird if you're not Mormon, but
But do you have to wear magic underwear?
No.
Oh, really? I can wear my lingerie and attend the school?
Yeah, that's like basically like a clergy thing. So like, if you get a certain part in the church where you're like, this is who I am, it kind of, it's almost like you view it as like a clergy at that point. I don't know how to explain it very quickly.
But I can then cover my crotch with Christ.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, you can go. You just have to like commit to like a lot of stuff. Might be a little off-putting for people.
my brother went to a Christian college, and literally like every girl there had like was going there for like communications or like a teaching degree, like any type of like just whatever, and just it was just basically just a place for people to get married.
It's the best, man. It's the best.
Well,
That's weird as fuck. I have never heard of this.
Yep.
I thought college is where you go to learn everything you don't do in a relationship.
I've learned plenty of that too. I mean, a lot of dating.
There's a non-0% of people who are going to listen to this and like write down, okay, become Mormon.
I think there's at least a few are going to be like, you know what? That's the move. I've been thinking about this for a while, but eMilitia pushed me over the edge.
Yeah.
Exactly.
oh gosh, what if
Really,
we
we
found?
The eMilitia, the
I mean,
Mormon pipeline.
Mormon militia.
We've always been a drip feed to the Mormon Church. Everyone knows that.
Right.
Everyone knows that. I'm finally
Anarchist to
coming out
Mormon
saying it.
pipeline.
Yep, exactly.
John
Yeah.
Smith, Dave
You go
Smith.
from Bundy Ranch to,
True.
To Utah.
yeah, to you.
Exactly.
Christ. Okay, so what's the best way to meet people?
Do what
if you're
you
a Christian,
love.
go to college, I guess. Do what you love. Yeah. No.
Become a niche internet micro celebrity.
Yeah. What's the best way to meet people? Not at Childeberg. Unless you're a dude seeking a dude.
In which case, I can recommend Grindr.
I think I'd piggyback off of what Mel said and just say, like, try to find social spaces that correlate to your interests already, and that's probably like the better way to do it.
Oh yeah. Like, I mean, how many of us have attempted to go out to clubs and like big social places like that at some point and been like, yep, this is where I'll meet someone like me that I get along with, and you're there hating life because that's not a space that you chose to go to. You're going there like, in an attempt.
Right.
We don't have many female listeners, but I can say I was invited to a Bitcoin meetup recently, and it was 20 men. That's it.
No women?
No women.
Incredible.
Yeah, this is what people forget to put in there when they say, like, find your interests and stuff. Try and find a somewhat mainstream interest.
Yeah.
Like,
don't go too niche.
Yeah, like the pool has to be wide enough that there's actually women involved.
Yeah, when you get too far on the margins, you begin. It's like, ooh, yikes!
I'm sorry to say, Bitcoin doesn't fix this. You might still die alone, even if you have millions in Bitcoin. Well, that's probably not true. But just buy your love. What's the best way to meet people? What's the best way to meet people? Buy them. Buy their love.
Duct tape doesn't cost
decent.
too much, so that can be very cheap.
Once again,
you should probably go to the gym. If I'm being honest here, drink water. Go to the gym.
Quit being a fat fuck.
Drink water.
Are you attacking me right now?
Drink water.
I'm just saying, if you want to meet people, you should bring something to the table.
Like a glass of water.
Like a glass of water, yeah.
You just pull out the glass of water.
I like me a well-hydrated gal.
If you don't have an emotional support water bottle, you're already behind.
You be drinking water because these girls are thirsty.
Plus, my water bottle's a way to get no women to speak to me. The fact that I have...
You're selling me on water right now.
Huh?
You're selling me on water right now, BR. You're the first.
No, I've got a ring on my hand and political stickers on my water bottle, so no women talk or look at me anymore. It's incredible. Not that they did before, but I have really sealed the deal. Drink water. What's the best way to meet people? No, I think you guys nailed it. You gotta find something where you actually care to be there, so you meet like-minded people. Otherwise, you're just, a partner should be, well, I don't know. Some people, like, they get with someone who's like a fucking carbon copy of them, and some people it's like opposites attract. So I don't know what the fucking rule is on that. But no, some common interests are essential, I think, regardless. So otherwise, you're out golfing and they're at home figuring out ways to cheat on you.
Also, you can just go out and do stuff. Like, it doesn't have to be, you're signing up for a gym or you're signing up for painting classes or something like that. You can just go out and meet people.
It together.
It sucks, and I hate talking to people, but you can do it.
If you can choose to live that lifestyle.
Others might want to do that.
Incredible.
This advice applies to everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
I will not be using it.
I assume the listeners aren't as attractive as me, so I'm trying to give, like, advice for, like, the others, the Frankensteins that listen to this.
So if any of you
I'm kidding. I'm only a 9.
Humble too.
Yeah.
Well, shit. I think I'm out of questions. So
I have a good Reddit post and a few more questions.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. So let's see here.
Good Reddit post. Words that have never been said.
I know, right? A good one to make fun of. Okay, this one's sort of degenerate, but not really. I just thought it was kind of funny. My 23, he's 23 and male. Okay.
This is how every Reddit post goes. It's like age F, age M. It's so fucking annoying, but
okay. My wife can't separate kink from everyday life, and it's getting embarrassing.
Oh Christ.
I love my wife. This is not divorce worthy. It's just very embarrassing. Without going into specific terminology, thank you, or detail, I dress as her doting wife, and she acts as a degrading husband to me.
Not gonna make it.
If you are going to comment and make fun of me for this, please don't. I get it's a bit weird. We used to do this sometimes, but quarantine has led us kind of to do full days of it. Anyway, the issue. Sometimes she will passingly call me an offensive or feminine term outside of play or insult my masculinity in some way. I tell her she can't do that during the normal day. She apologizes, but inevitably ends up doing it again. She says it slips out, and I can forgive that, but when she calls me princess in front of my mom, I just want to die.
Oh, man.
It would be worse if it was a serious... It would have been worse if it was a serious insult or something, but that very well could have happened too. Basically, he wants to know what he needs to do because telling her doesn't work. There's a part of me that's worried she permanently lost respect for me and may not even see me as a man anymore.
What?
Is there some psychological reason why she's doing it? Can it just slip out?
No,
Bruh.
If you do
Bruh. Bruh.
What do you guys think?
He's trying to be polite and just...
I don't know.
I'd
Someone
seek
else
professional
counseling. Yeah,
No,
start off with professional counseling.
I'm not politically correct enough to answer any of this.
I just love the idea of the wife walking past him in the morning, slapping on the ass and be like, "Morning, sugar tits."
Oh my gosh.
Like, what's up, cum slut? Jesus Christ, Helen! In front of his mum. How's it
Like,
going, princess?
I want my wife to see me as a woman, yet I want her to also see me as a man. Like, you can't have it all, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dude like literally participated in conditioning his wife to think otherwise. I mean, that's just kind of fun.
Yeah, and this isn't divorce worthy. Yeah, wait until she's tired of having a wife and goes out to find a man.
Yeah. Oh.
True.
Yeah.
You gotta reverse her kink with doing the exact opposite. You become the demeaning husband, and then she'll
I
be
was
like,
gonna say,
you'll learn
become-
she'll learn the pecking order again, and then she'll be normal.
Hey, honey,
say
what?
he-
There's a crazy idea. What if I'm the man in the relationship?
I'm not ready for that.
Just as a kink for starters.
Yeah.
We'll
Or
see
what
where
if
we're
he
gonna go
just
with it.
leans? What if he just leans into it really, really hard and pushes her past her boundaries of like what is acceptable? You
He
know,
just becomes
like
trans?
embarrass her, like through her own means. I
True.
think that might snap her back.
In front of her. Well, I mean, it doesn't specify if he's done it in front of her parents. That would be probably because he doesn't want to fucking take it there because it would like ruin their lives. But I
Right?
mean,
Yeah.
that's a nuclear option.
I'm hearing engage in psychological warfare with your spouse.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
I do not support the views of my husband, aka my wife.
Kind of dug your own grave with that one, buddy.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of one.
No, that was like Saddam erotic novel level. Jesus.
Yeah, you can find a lot on Reddit.
What?
That's why when anyone says they're kinky, I'm like, what? I don't trust you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are
it's
you up
like,
to?
like cool story, man. That could mean fucking anything these days. I don't want to know your damage. Like,
Just,
hey
just
man,
tell
are
me,
you
just
into
tell me you don't know
this
who your father is.
Oh. What other disasters have we got, Mel?
Okay.
It's libertarian Twitter.
I just scroll on the feed and look at what's been posted today.
I swear, if I see one more post about Joe Rogan, I'm gonna mute.
Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
mute.
If I see one more post about
Mhm.
Thaddeus Russell,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there will be attacks.
I mean, I kind of understand it, but when every single person's tweeting about it, I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, I was like, was this guy still in circles? Come on. Anyway.
Well, okay, the first time that thing happened, somebody
Oh,
tagged
Christ.
me and told me to unfollow him, which triggered my libertarian personality gene. And so I like refused to learn anything about the situation.
Yeah.
I respect it.
And this time people were posting it. They're like, this already came up before. And I watched the video and I'm like, oh boy, I chose the wrong hill to die on.
It really sucks being a contrarian, doesn't it? Yeah,
Not really.
Elephant's
Decisions
sister.
are made so much easier.
Yeah.
They're just made by everybody else.
Right. If this, then opposite.
Yeah.
Now I'm a little afraid to say I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
No, it's
You're
like,
lucky.
You're like,
Rebs, I love whenever I see you on Twitter because I know you've logged in for the first time in a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my favorite thing about all the Instagram people taking a peek over on Twitter. I'll see them and I'm like, oh hey buddy, and I don't.
I'm nowhere near like witty enough to be able to be on Twitter.
Oh, dude, none of us are. It's a hellhole.
Yeah.
You just spout shit, and then other idiots like your stuff, and you like other idiots.
I can't even do that. I'm just too smart. Maybe that's probably
It's
it.
a circle jerk, dude. You just have to join.
You just have to quote tweet people and just
Okay.
keep doing it. Don't
Yeah.
stop.
I agree with everyone's been fucking hammering on about that. I'm like, leave Ace alone.
Yeah, Ace, what happened? Like, I feel like a month ago you were at like 2,000 followers or something, and then I look and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
13,000?
I don't know.
Jeez,
I
Ace
honestly
is a
don't know
fucking
what
monster.
happened.
got
There
a
we
Dave
go.
Smith bump.
Yeah.
But Ace, like, in the next 20 years, we're gonna hear about a Jonestown incident led by Ace.
Right.
You'll be like, Jesus Christ, he had a cult. I knew it.
Much duct tape was used.
I have like
So
a kind of deep question here. Is it big dumb to not put yourself out there even if you really don't like yourself?
Yeah,
Aw.
man. I
Is it
think
dumb to not put?
Yeah, there's like a lot of double negatives
Is
there,
it not
but
dumb to not?
I think
you mind saying it one more time?
it's probably big dumb to not put yourself out there even if you don't really like yourself.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say, if you don't like yourself, then
Change it.
there's probably a reason, and you should probably change it. Otherwise, you're just gonna put that on somebody else,
That's valid.
and you're not gonna have fun in the meantime.
And also,
'Cause
just don't be so hard on yourself.
If you hate yourself and you're not in a relationship, guess what happens in your relationship?
Still hate
You're gonna hate yourself, and you're in a relationship. Like,
Yeah. So you'll feel like you're constantly undermining that person, and then eventually they get fed up with the crap.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can't be a partner like we were kind of talking about a little bit earlier. You got to be a whole person before you're ready to be someone's partner. Because if you're both each other's crutch, or one of you's a crutch, and one of you's like the nurse or the supporter or whatever, that's an unhealthy relationship, and you're not helping each other out. It's kind of one sided, and then you get the resentment. Like, yeah,
I don't necessarily believe like 100% of that. I think you should both be striving to be the best versions of yourself.
Oh yeah,
You don't
yeah, yeah.
necessarily have to be there.
No.
Right.
So
like it's
yeah,
fine
no,
for
no,
me
you-
because
you
I'm already
never ever
perfect,
get there.
but like I have to find somebody else who's like kind of perfect.
No, like you just don't want to be someone's project, like going into it, like have a pretty good grasp on your shit. Like you still figure, yeah, you're right. Still
Oh
figuring
yeah,
stuff out.
I've had that. I can fix her.
We've all tried
And then
it.
she breaks you.
No.
Yeah, I would say that like you don't have to be there, but you do have to put in some amount of effort to like if there's something like if there's something about yourself that you don't like, you do have to put in some type of effort for it. But I don't think you have to completely like be perfect, because that doesn't really ever exist, right? So, but yeah, you should also not be like let that stop you from putting yourself out there if you feel like you are trying to like fix yourself.
I'd say the general rule is if you feel like you're in a downward spiral, then no. If you feel like you're in an upward spiral,
Yeah,
then
don't do
yes.
it if you feel like you're going to
Yeah.
put someone else at harm.
Good
With
rule.
by
Seriously, yeah.
Because like that's like a lot of people I know is like suffer from depression and stuff like that, and it's like you need to work to feel like the more things you do and improve yourself, it's like a multiplier every single time.
Mm-hmm.
and the inverse is true, that when you're beating yourself up, it's going to make it a lot harder to think positively the next time.
Yep.
Very true.
That's a big thing too. I mean, even just how you talk about your situation, your mental health, like it sounds really therapist-y and like soft hand shit, but like good self-talk is genuinely very important in your everyday life. I don't know, how much you guys think about it or have talked about it, but like how do you guys speak to yourself in your head? Like, do you tell yourself often you're like, "Hey, you fucking idiot, you did this," or are you more like, "Ah, shit, we could have done that better"? Like, just how do you guys kind of talk to yourselves? Seriously, it's
Real
just, like,
mixed
important.
bag up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally like Two-Face.
Right.
So like,
No, yeah.
I legitimately am like a very confident person, but like on paper, if you looked at my life, you'd be like, why?
I feel that.
Like,
No, like,
but I literally just decided to, like, I was like, I'm tired of, I legit suffered from depression, and I decided one day, I was like, I don't want to do that anymore.
Like there
I
is
stopped.
there's a real thing to like, and I'm not saying it's fake, but I'm saying that there's a real thing to like the fake it till you make it type thing, where it's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this, and I don't care.
yeah.
Lie to yourself.
Yeah, yes, lie. That is
Jesus
always the best way to go about life. Just lie to yourself.
Yeah, I've literally never had a
Yes.
problem with it.
Yeah.
It's only caused my life to get better. So like,
Yeah, exactly. No, like there actually is something to that. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, seriously. And
Yeah.
that's why I bring it up, because like before we can even seriously start talking about getting in a good fulfilling relationship, you gotta have it sounds again really soft hands, really
Yeah.
granola and shit, but you gotta have a good relationship with yourself, because if you're just sitting there going, "Oh, way to go, dickhead, you fucked that up," like you're gonna be an angry schizo
Oh, yeah.
fucking nut. And I've definitely been there, and
Yeah.
find myself there on occasion where I'm like, "Oh, way to go, fucktard," and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no.
Like,
I have very like negative intrusive thoughts, and sometimes it's like, well, I don't know if this intrusive thought is true or not, but I'm just not going to believe it anyway, and just that's kind of how I have to go about it.
No, that's a good way of like managing that, kind of pumping the brakes and being like, is that true? Because if you don't, everything it just manifests and it's truth. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's always something next, and you have to analyze whether that's true, and it's just like, okay, or I'm just going to commit to this, and that's it.
something I heard recently is like, you aren't your thoughts.
Yes.
Like you
You're
can
the person
easily
who
become
listens to them.
Yeah, you can become enslaved to your thoughts if you don't.
That's right.
Watch them.
Free your mind.
That's 100% true.
That's like literally at the beginning of everything. Is you have to, like, you can't even try to fix yourself if you're not looking at how you think.
That's
like,
right.
Just
That's
start out by
that's great
observing.
advice.
Like, just observe what you're doing. Like, I wasn't doing much at all. Like, I don't do much. I don't go out or anything. And then Mel was like, "Oh, here, get this Rocketbook thing." And I was like, "Okay, it's like it's a schedule, or planner thing." And so like I literally just started like just writing down the smallest stuff ever, just like letting my dog out, like stuff like that. And that makes you think about what you're doing every day, and then you train your brain to be like, okay, then I could be doing something better with this time.
Right. And even going back to your point before about it's like, whether we have to like, kind of lying to yourself, it's like if you try to analyze, if you have to stop every single time you have an intrusive thought and analyze whether it's true or not, you're going to spend your whole life just like in circles, right? It's like, so you really do have to it comes down to just, you kind of have to just commit to something and just do it.
Yeah. Start with something small.
Yeah.
So like I don't yeah. Or just like start with something small with you don't like about yourself. Just like, oh, I do this too often. Then observe yourself doing it, and then you can actually figure it out.
Yeah, and
very good advice.
It all starts with being kinder to yourself.
No, you can still hate yourself. Just be confident about
it. Be honest with yourself.
I suck, and I know why. No. That's a hell of a form of confidence.
Also, drink some water.
Just some, Ace. You don't have to drink all the water.
Begging you, 8 ounces.
Do we have any more Reddit stuff?
Let's see.
I feel like there was one really. Oh, what was it? What about the deathbed one?
Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay. Let me get to it. I've had this song stuck in my head the whole episode, and it's taking all my power not to hum it.
What song?
The song is "Staring at the Sky" by XXXTentacion.
Nice.
Yes, just in there. Okay, you guys ready? This is from the subreddit True Off My Chest. My dying wife asked me if I would be okay if she had sex with her ex one last time.
Oh, I saw this one.
I can't have this tied to my main. That usually means they're using like a throwaway account. But I really need to say something about it, and I have no one I can tell. My wife has a terminal disease. She is projected to live almost 9 months. I am, of course, destroyed. We've been together for a decade. I don't remember life without her. You can't remember 11 years ago? And I don't know what I'm going to do when she's gone. I have been doing my best to make the last days of her life good and grant whatever wish I can. The doctors said that she was likely to need a wheelchair in 4 or 5 months. Then by month 8, she'll be bedridden for the last few weeks. That's if she doesn't decline faster. This person's punctuation makes it very difficult to read out loud. I assume this is how I type. Recently, she sat me down and told me that one of the last things she wanted to do was have sex with a previous partner of hers. I, of course, was shocked, and when I asked why the heck, censored, she wants that. So basically, she thinks that her most physically compatible, satisfying lover was him. She gave a whole monologue about how sex sometimes isn't just physical and how emotionally fulfilling it is with me, but it was BS to get to that point. Does that make sense? Now, I'm left with this, denying my wife's a wish for my own ego, or let her have sex with another man who she feels was better. Honestly, I'm so mad and betrayed that she would ask this of me. I feel like I'm put in a position where I have to say yes because she's dying. I know what I want to say, but I don't know if that's right. I'm so hurt. I just hate everything about this. Thought.
This is like that the lady who was like, oh, the Holocaust or whatever. It's like that turned up to 11.
I would set her wheelchair on fire.
Oh my
honestly.
I put it in the hospital bed earlier.
Yeah.
These hoes ain't loyal.
Imagine being with someone for a decade and then they pull that out on you.
Yeah, no, seriously. After a decade, they were so good. They still remember this ex enough to be like, yeah.
She's probably being shady still.
Oh no. I mean, that's a fair assumption, honestly.
True. Maybe this is her way of kind of like trying to get rid of the guilt of having done it.
Like, so he knows at least
some way
happened
she
once.
knows. Yeah, well,
and she was honest about it.
Ooh, I never thought about that.
It doesn't change anything. I'm still setting the wheelchair on fire.
No, that's absolutely fair.
Yeah. I can imagine, like, I don't know. I'd sit her down and be like, can you step in my shoes for a second and understand why I might feel a little bit betrayed in this moment?
I mean, I would be worried about, like, I'd just be like, the type of person that would ask that isn't the type of person worthy of another second. Like, I wouldn't even explain myself. I'd just walk out of the room. Like,
that's fair.
That's a worthless person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I don't get. Can you do that to your spouse of 10 years?
If I find out she's worthless?
You don't even have to do it. Just asking is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like, just because of how, like, she didn't even think about that, how that would make him feel by asking that. Just not a thought went into it. She was completely selfish, asking, like, being like, well, I want this.
Like, when your make-a-wish is to fuck your ex on your deathbed.
I was so annoyed with, like, the posts from relationship anarchists when that thing went viral, I was gonna tweet and pick a fight with them, but I was like, no, I can't handle these comments.
What's relationship anarchists?
Exactly what it sounds like. People
Like
who are
ethically non-monogamous or whatever.
yeah.
Is that a thing?
It's a huge thing.
Huh. Like I saw
And everybody
someone...
in it, they're all like the people with like sunglasses on in a truck as their profile pic.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's not what I expected.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do with that.
Yeah.
That I've seen that term crop up on like a few like lefty anarchist pages, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. But I assumed it was something in that vein.
I think it's like a special branch of poly or something.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever,
Like
polyamory.
what? You just gotta slap a fucking circle A on everything. I mean, I respect it in a way, but Jesus
don't.
Christ. I don't respect them, Mel. I respect
okay.
That's a big difference. I'm all about branding. I'm not sure about the lifestyle. Oh, Christ.
The branding is the most annoying part. It's like, I don't care how many people you're having sex with. Just quit talking about it on Twitter every 5 minutes.
Good point.
Well, I've learned something tonight. Anyone else have any input on that deathbed shit?
She sounds like a great lady.
Yeah.
I'd like to take her out sometime.
I don't think you can. How old was that post, Mel? You might have missed your chance.
The screenshot doesn't have that in there.
The solution has been corrected by 1.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, I think just asking is like enough.
Yeah,
that's a lot, man. Any more Reddit gems?
Let's see here.
I was gonna say that last one read like the lady who had so much fun in her, like when she was in college, and then she settled down with like a boring dude. And she was just like,
yeah.
Well, I miss the college guys I was with.
Yeah. Can't I have my cake and eat it too?
Can I have my death?
Oh, I guess I did save this one as like a opposite to the one I just read. I'm thinking of cheating on my sick wife, and I feel awful about it.
Wow. If it's the same story, just do it. It's okay.
Yeah, if it's the same guy, just go for it.
It's like separate post. Okay.
Separate post, yeah.
I'm so pissed about this. Wait. So was there more to it?
There is, but you guys kind of get the gist. It's really long. Do I have to read it all?
I mean,
I will.
Right.
Okay.
We'll cut up to like an hour and a half. We'll
you
like
can skim
with this one.
Hold on, just like I'm gonna mute and take a drink. My throat's dry from reading.
Killing Mel.
I will not mute.
I refuse. I will not be silenced.
I have a bottle with a straw, like a water bottle with like one of those straws. So it's.
Why'd you have to mute?
Huh?
Is a straw
Oh.
noisy? Was it like
Did
in the
you hear it?
cartoons when they'd go like?
I just drank. Did you hear it?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess I
Jesus,
don't
Mel.
have to mute.
Being so dramatic. Now we've had a whole conversation about it.
That always made no sense to me when like people would be like drinking milkshakes in TV shows and be like, I'm like, that's only like when you're at the very end of it and you're still drinking for like 5 minutes.
Well, I guess in my head it's noisier than it actually is. So
I just ate a ton of Chick-fil-A, and I bet you guys didn't notice.
I
God's
wondered
chicken.
if it was Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I knew it was
I'm
you.
kidding.
How do they know?
What'd you get?
Chicken nuggets.
Ooh. Chicken nuggies.
Yeah, chicken nuggies and some fries.
They're out of attendees.
Okay. First, I want to say I love my wife. Sounds like it. She was diagnosed with MS in 2006. Her and I met in 2010. We fell in love, got married, had twins. She gave birth. Her health began to rapidly deteriorate. I just paraphrased a lot, by the way. Her cognitive functionality has really been hit hard over the past year. I knew her health could possibly become worse as time went on before we got married. I felt I knew what I was possibly getting into and was fine with whatever the outcome would be. In the beginning, we had an amazing sex life. We have talked about it and both feel it was strong up until the boys were born. After the boys were born, we both had no misconceptions that part of our relationship would not change. We knew we would rarely have time for it and focused on our boys and building our family. Flash forward 7 years later, we have a beautiful home. The boys are amazing. Unfortunately, her health during this time just fell apart. She receives a monthly infusion, takes several forms of medication daily. We do PT to maintain her mobility and work to help build and maintain her cognitive abilities. I work 40 hours a week, and when I am home or off, I do my best to take care of everyone in the house, happily do it. As the boys have gotten older, oh my gosh, it's like a woman telling the story. As the boys have gotten older, I don't have to put as much focus into them, and I have built up enough of a routine with my wife that I actually have time to think. This is when I get lonely. I got to these
Jesus
I got to these points in time where I feel like I'm going to explode. I want to feel the heat and passion. I have told my wife about how I feel with absolutely no expectations of her gratifying my urges. She says, watch some porn and take care of it. I tried, and while it takes some of the edge off, it's not the same as real physical connection. She feels bad that she has no sex drive because of her MS and medication. I would never, ever push myself on her. She has never told me to find someone that could fill my needs, and I probably would never ask. I don't know what to do. I feel awful that I have these thoughts of cheating on her. I haven't done it or even plan on doing it. I wouldn't know how to anyways. I just wanted to get this off my chest, and honestly, it feels good. Thank you. He has edited this like 6 times, but I am literally not reading all that.
Thank you for the gold kind, strangers.
So are they just like intrusive thoughts, or is he like planning on it? Or I was a little.
It sounds like
confused
he's
by the
asking.
title.
Yeah, he like wants someone to make a good argument for him to do it.
He's looking for validation.
Oh,
Yeah,
I got you.
he sounds like I'm such a good guy. I do all this. I'm
I-
so
yeah.
great. I take care of the kids. I take care of my wife. It's like,
This could literally be in Nice Guys.
yeah.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Like he literally wrote a fucking novel about it, asking
Right.
for permission to cheat on his dying wife. Jesus. Like that whole thing could have been summarized as, I've had a wonderful relationship and started a great family with my wife. Everything's been fine. And now she's dying and I want to cheat on her.
Yeah, just don't. just
like Jesus fuck. And that's the internet, people. You just shout into the void looking for
Right.
validation for your like most fucked up ideas.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's it. Maybe we should have just ended on whatever the fuck the last one was.
Wait. I have a better one to end on.
Oh, what?
Mel, the last anime one we did.
Okay. I think I know which one.
You guys are doing like a promo for the MouthFeel at the end. Fuck it, whatever.
No, this is a palate cleanser after this two completely dark ones.
Oh wait, is it? It's the one, right?
The doll one.
Okay, I thought so.
It's like you guys are doing a rehearsed bit.
This is the MouthFeel takeover of the eMilitia.
Fuck it, I sponsor.
Yeah. Okay. Are you guys ready?
No, but go ahead.
Yeah, never.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Boyfriend, 27 male, says anime sex doll should not be competition for me. 24 female. Okay. My boyfriend is a Redditor. He doesn't use our relationship.
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't use our relationship advice, I'm pretty sure. But I'm really hoping he somehow sees this post. I'm half here for validation because I feel like I'm going insane and can't tell anybody, I know, for obvious reasons. But if I am being unreasonable, please tell me. My boyfriend has a sex doll. It's not like Lars and the real girl. It looks like an anime girl and couldn't pass for a real person. This is why he refuses to get rid of it. He says I shouldn't be jealous because she's fulfilling an impossible void. No real woman could have boobs and a butt like hers, hair like hers, be willing for any act all the time. That was very slow to read. He doesn't see her as a real person and says It's the same as me owning a dildo or something. I'm 24 and I thought both of us were too mature and financially unstable to waste money on sex things we could just do with each other. But the anime doll apparently disagrees. He keeps her in our bedroom closet, but I literally have my clothes in there. I don't want to break up, but the longer I live with him, the closer I am to snapping and setting it on fire. How can I phrase the fact that I want him to get rid of it in a way that doesn't make me sound jealous or prudish or unreasonable? And am I being any of those three things? But she's also edited it, which I think adds important context. To answer
so we'll hear the women.
Yeah.
Edit.
Yeah, I see what this show has become.
No, she's edited it. To answer some questions, yes, he did tell me he prefers sex with the doll, but he says it's only natural and he doesn't expect an actual woman to compare. Yes, I'd be fine with a pocket. I also didn't mean to shame any dildo owners, by the way. I just personally feel like it would be a waste of money for me. I said mature because we're not exactly rich and this thing costed a lot of money, and the clothes, accessory, etc. have just been adding up. He has rejected me for the doll, but not often enough that I would put it in the post. It's a general rule that I can't try to come in while he's with it, though.
Oh my.
Jesus.
Not often enough.
Unpack that.
Imagine if that happened one time.
I know.
There is so much wrong here.
Yeah, instead of wondering how to talk to him about it, just break up with him. That's my first advice. Sorry.
I she should do something like majorly fucked up, like just leave the doll hanging somewhere.
Like leave it hanging from the ceiling
like,
or something.
She's dead. She's gone. or just like a mean older sibling, just rip the head off and leave it in the middle of the fucking room. Like do some real childish aggressive shit. God. I love that he has outfits for it too.
Yeah. The outfits keep adding up.
He buys it,
so he keeps doing it.
Like it just it's not. He didn't just buy a toy. He is like dressing.
It's an investment. Yeah.
Yeah. He needs time alone with it. It's a conversation they've clearly had multiple times. Like holy shit.
Makes you think there's some people out there who just like never had like a normal relationship modeled for them.
No, seriously.
Just
some
like
people are just like, I guess this is what I have to put up with.
Yeah, it's like I don't. Am I crazy that I don't want my boyfriend rejecting me over a sex doll? Like I don't want to step out of place.
Do you think this guy goes on podcasts and he's like, it's crazy that not
Of course he is.
every
He's
guy
me.
has it's crazy not every guy has a sex doll GF.
What a waste of time dating is. When you can just order it online and then dress it in whatever you want.
And you don't need to buy duct tape.
Seriously.
Oh.
Are you guys talking yourself into this or what?
No,
I'm nervous.
No,
I'm trying to make light inside the void.
You know, I mean, I could swing it. The prices aren't that bad, and 1 or 2 outfits.
Are you
maybe,
Googling it?
I mean, think about it here. For
How much are they?
How much do wives cost?
That's where I'm at, buddy.
A pure economic calculation value.
Okay.
It's like, well.
I'm going to break out my phone. High end. I'm just destroying my algorithm.
Oh Christ!
Wait, Mel, what are you doing?
I'm Googling
Looking up
something.
Oh no!
Isn't there a guy on TikTok who like reviews sex dolls? I think.
Oh no, I'm gonna get him in my feed now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The algorithm's always know.
Wait, does that mean it's in yours?
It is. It is. I don't know why, but it is.
Yeah. I don't know why either.
I'm on like the weirdest side of TikTok.
So, there's a lot that comes up in Google.
I love how this is how we're gonna wrap up the episode. How much do sex dolls? We're just gonna send everyone away with that.
Use promo code.
Oh my gosh, they're so I'm getting out of here.
All right. So
First of all, like $1,400.
Wow.
And do not Google and go to images. That was a mistake.
Ooh.
I googled high-end anti-sex doll.
Gross.
Yeah.
Just remember, people, that a woman will date a man who prefers a sex doll over her, so you'll always be able to find someone for you, no matter how fucked up you
You just
are.
have to really lower your standards because you know she's an uggo.
Ooh, I wasn't gonna say that, but
I
yeah, that's probably
was.
true. That's probably true. But Alaskan girlfriend.
You can
As long as
always be
she's warm.
somebody's last and only option.
Yeah, there will always be someone willing to fuck you.
I mean, she's 24 and he's 27. I feel like she could probably do better.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
I feel like there's enough dudes out there with low enough standards and zero sex dolls that they could make it work.
Yeah, I think that guy might be in the minority. I hope. I mean, it's been a long 2 years. Who knows?
As soon as COVID hits, I'm just like,
Fuck it, it's more convenient. I don't have to leave the house.
Well, the price of one suspiciously adds up to a single stimulus check.
Stimulation check, more like it.
I just got something in the mail saying I'm getting a stimulus check.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. They're even giving it to
there
the
you go.
Brits.
The foreigners. Ugh.
Is this kind of foreign aid?
Oh my god.
I wish I jumped the fence so it could be. Yeah, IRS has my fucking number. Rip. Happy Valentine's, people.
Do you have any parting words?
Yeah, any random advice, anyone?
I have a 3-minute post on Girls Town that I think is pretty decent for people if they want to read that and get non-fake advice. That's not mean.
I only know how to give up mean advice. Be better.
Favorite kind of advice.
I refuse to go to that website.
Yeah, girls are icky.
Yeah.
I actually have serious advice.
No, I'm joking.
This is separate. I changed the subject. I have serious advice
okay.
for our listeners. Exercise. That's it. Go to the gym.
Expecting some like fast wave shit now.
Exercise fixes like at least part of every problem you have in your life. So just do it.
Literally. Also, it could like right-wing bodybuilder could be the fast wave that you're looking for. Follow some. They have pretty okay advice.
Follow
Mel's
Steppy,
been
follow
on
Travis
the
Tyree.
Bronze Age mindset.
Oh yeah, do you know their handles like Steppy's and the other guys? I just started
I
following
think
the other
Steppy's is
person.
at Puis now, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Steppies,
yeah.
Please no.
And then Travis _ Tyree, I think.
Yep.
They're pretty good.
Yep.
Advice for dudes.
Oh yeah.
And for women, I guess,
We
just
got
like
some angry comments on
Yeah.
one of the I think the whatever your egg video was.
Oh,
email
I
us
never
the-
read those comments. What were they?
Oh, check out the YouTube. I think there's a few angry comments on there about it being debunked or something.
anti-slunking advocates.
Yep.
Seriously?
The anti-slonkers.
If memory serves,
Oh
it was
my
that
gosh,
episode.
well, they're probably
YouTube. It's so funny because like we have such a minority of people who watch the YouTube side, but I keep it up just for the few who do. But I'm like,
Thanks, buddy.
whenever I check the
Preparing
comments, I'm
yourself.
like,
That's all
yeah,
I
I'm
ever
like,
do.
it's such a ball ache to do the YouTube. Sorry to like all 60 of you who watch this on or listen to this on YouTube. God damn it. Anyway,
Okay.
last minute advice. I've basically talked myself out of having anything else relevant to say about Valentine's.
Hello?
Personally, I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Just do Valentine shit throughout the year is the
Yes.
secret to a
Yo.
good relationship. Like, we consciously do not celebrate Valentine's Day because everything's more expensive. You get fucking squeezed for money on a bullshit day to like to be guilted into like proving through financial shit that you love your partner. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Fuck them. I would much rather do like little, basic tokens of love and appreciation and shit
Yeah.
throughout the year. That's more authentic, right?
Absolutely.
I feel like
Strong
everybody.
feelings.
I feel like everybody says that, but then like how many people actually do it.
Right.
Like
You
I
know,
like
you just
I,
have
I'm
to
sure
have
I'm
a
sure you do. I'm
conversation.
sure you do. But like you always hear like bros being
Oh
like,
yeah.
"No, man, like it's it's stupid. I just show my appreciation throughout the year." And you're like, "I've seen you yell at your girlfriend like a lot."
Right.
Yeah. No. Like,
Yeah, I
you
feel
just
you.
have to have like a proper conversation about it and be like, do you really want me to come through once a year with like a massive bouquet and like a teddy with a holding a heart, or do you want me to fucking, that's
I mean, probably
dumb.
yeah. For
Well,
most
no,
most people, yeah.
I just feel like it's so inauthentic. It's
Mhm.
fucking. I don't know. It's not real. So
Yeah.
my personal opinion.
It's like the government.
Yeah, government doesn't exist. Fuck them. Yeah, there we go. That's my rant.
Valentine's Day is Hallmark, which is a business. So Valentine's
That's
Day
right.
is libertarian.
Yeah, if you're a libertarian, you support big
Oh.
business.
Yeah.
Tis but a whisper.
I'll download my MP3 after this. Yeah, I think I disconnected for a second there.
Okay.
But yeah, slunk.
You had good advice. What if the thing doesn't show up?
Good.
No,
Then
I see it. I think
everybody
does
will
that
just hear
sometimes.
your reaction to my great advice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be a great
I'll-
troll.
Just like, yes. Oh, good point. Good
I
point.
agree with
Yes.
you.
Right.
I actually think if your audio doesn't work, I will play your part. I'll record myself with your responses.
Incredible. Yeah. Yeah. I
I mean,
think
our
would
voices
just
are pretty
say-
much the same, so yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
I think I just piggyback off of what BR said and just kind of like, just do stuff naturally and don't try to, like force it or like overplay your hand, things like that. Because then it just comes across as inauthentic and fake.
Yeah. Do your fucking thing.
Yeah.
If you build it, they will come.
That's right.
Sometimes
It's
they won't.
it's the little actions that build up, not like anything else.
Focus on
yeah.
becoming a person who's worthy of
Of
the.
love.
Yeah. Yes. Literally.
Yeah.
And it'll happen.
2022 is your training montage arc.
Facts.
Yep. Get better.
And that's an eMilitia.
It's by duct tape. Always
By
have
duct
duct
tape.
tape.
eMilitia
times.
sponsored by duct tape. And
Yes.
chloroform. All right. eMilitia out.
Bye. Thanks for listening.
Oh wait,
Later,
shit! We didn't
guys.
even do
What?
plugs. Anyone want to do plugs?
Not
No.
really.
I'm
We
good.
plugged the MouthFeel podcast. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
There you go. Listen to MouthFeel. They come out way more often than eMilitia.
We're like
Surprisingly.
once a month at least.
We are not.
We're currently watching an entire series in which Mel's on like episode 3.
No, I got caught up. I'm on episode 14.
Aren't you
Actually-
thankful?
I've actually been
Anime
working on
nerds.
it, except the other day I fell asleep with it on and it ran all the way through and I had to find my spot.
Nice.
I woke up with my phone dead and I was just like, well, that never happens. What the heck? It's because I fell asleep playing it.
eMilitia out.